ask for status about a particular issue. Tonight I want to reverse that process. I want to provide the status and hope that it helps you in your decision-making process. We have often talked about the Catch-22 situation with preliminary subdivision plans and the fact that you can't appeal a preliminary subdivision plan unless you're a party to the process. The way you become a party is by testifying at a hearing. PSBs don't have hearings. And so there's a catch-22 right there that needs dealt with. And so I provided a handout to Ms. Bryson ahead of time. I'm not going to go through all the paperwork that I gave her. Some of you have seen this before, and I'll just hit some highlights just to key what's actually there. Mostly reference material. It's not for tonight. It's just easy reading stuff in case TV's really bad and you need a different reason to go to sleep at night. It starts off with a memo from Associate County Attorney Claggett, who, when I asked my questions at one of the previous town halls, he ended up with the duty, I guess, of trying to answer the questions, and he didn't understand the issues well enough, and so he asked for me to clarify the legal issues associated with the hearing that I went to, where I developed all of my knowledge about this case. And so I was kind of taken back by that. He sent it through Ms. Theobald's, who at the time was the acting county attorney. And I thought, well, you know, both these people have Esquire to their names, and they both attended the same hearing that I did and listened to people who know what they're talking about discuss the legal issues. So I wasn't sure why I was supposed to do this, and it didn't seem right. But I balked at it at first, and I said, well, I remembered a Hunter Thompson quote from the mid-'70s. And he said, in a democracy, the people get the kind of government they deserve, and they deserve what they get. His issue was voter apathy. And I looked at that and said, he's not talking about me. I'm going to do this. So there's correspondence there between me and Ms. Bryson. Ms. Bryson did an excellent job of handling this situation. She was efficient and courteous, and she really did a great job. And that's not the only time I've had those dealings with her. So hats off to Ms. Bryson. No one is doing anything actually on the case due to litigation, and you'll see the county attorney basis for why no one's doing anything has to do with litigation. And there's its own share of irony here, because we are in circuit court now because we lost our case to make appeal to the Board of Appeals because we weren't parties, because the zoning ordinance is messed up and you can't be a party unless you have a hearing. So there's an irony here that because of that, we can't get it fixed. You see, so it's just snowballed on us here. And the central theme of this whole thing was always about standing and fixing the zoning ordinance. Somehow that principle has been hijacked. And now I hear a lot of talk about how we can just have a preliminary concept plan or something, and people come to a hearing and it'll make it well. Well, you'll see when you read, especially on the second page of the document I gave Ms. Bryson, I've highlighted in red the reason why a concept plan review doesn't help this situation at all. I'm not against concept plan reviews. I'm not against anything that allows the public to have a say in growth decisions. And so it has its place. It doesn't belong in this particular arena. Also, if you get to the point where you want to fix this and there's some way in which I can help, I will continue to do that. Just let me know. But I think we need to get this concept plan idea out of our minds and go on and get with the real business. Thank you.
Thank you. Sounds like it's a bit of a complicated issue, and Mr. Hastings, if you would be good enough to sort of summarize in an email to me what you're hoping to see change here in the county, that would be a lot more helpful to me to see something in writing. And it sounds like you've probably had that correspondence with Ms. Bryson and others. And
yes, what I refer to sarcastically is a legal brief that I wrote for the county attorney's office, which is a little side humor on my part. I included that, and I think it's pretty explicit. You don't have to read the whole thing. It's sort of indexed and very, very easy reading, because I'm not a lawyer, so I can't snow you with legalese. So that's the good news.
Speaking of lawyers, you've segued perfectly into the fact that I'd also like to introduce our new county